Hey Hedgies, welcome back. This is Myrtle the Campervan. I'm Jane Starshade and I write recipes for a living. Now today, it's that time of year, we've been out blackberry picking. Have you guys been out yet? They are insane this year. Honestly, all that sun has created the biggest, fattest, sweetest, juiciest blackberries ever. If you haven't been out yet, please get out foraging. They're so good. So we're going to use these little beauties in some drop scones. This is a really old-fashioned recipe, kind of like a pancake, probably more of like an American pancake actually, because they puff up a little bit. They've got baking powder in, so there's a little bit of puff in there. So let's get cooking. So first of all, we've got a bowl with our flour in. Now I only buy plain flour. I can't be doing with self-raising. So when I want to make self-raising, then I add baking powder. Pop down to the description box below. You'll get all the measurements for the whole recipe and also for making your own self-raising flour. We've got the flour and the baking powder. I'm also going to add in some sugar and make a little well in the middle. And break in an egg. Then I'm going to add in the milk. Now in the measurements below, you're probably not going to need all the milk listed, so add it in a little bit at a time. And then just slowly keep beating it, bringing in that flour to create a nice thick batter. And the thicker your batter is, then the less it will spread and the perkier your drop scones will be. And it's also worth bearing in mind that your blackberries are obviously going to release some juice into the mix as well, so definitely don't put all that milk in to start with. Now I'm going to add in a handful of blackberries, and then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to squash them with my little spork, because otherwise as they cook the blackberries stick out, and when you turn them over they kind of burn a little bit. Also this releases their pretty colour into the batter, so we get a nice purple batter. And what's not to love about purple batter? My gas has finally run out. I'll be back. One new gas canister going in. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, from the top. I think we're finally ready to cook. So I'm just going to grease the baking sheet. This is just a cast iron griddle on one side and a flat iron on the other. So this is just, I use this like as a frying pan, or for things like drop scones, it's absolutely perfect. So unfortunately, because of the delay, my mixture has gone a little bit muddy looking, but it's still going to taste good. And then we're just going to pop on a tablespoon or two of the mixture. Once you start to see the little bubbles on the top, you can flip them over. Number one done. Now these aren't super sweet, even with all those blackberries in, so they're really nice with a drizzle of honey, a sprinkle of sugar, or even a dollop of ice cream, or, if you're down in Cornwall, some clotted cream. Yum. These are a really nice lazy breakfast, so make sure you've got a pot of coffee on. Make sure the kids aren't ravenous, because this will just do your head in. Just take your time, enjoy the process. It's very therapeutic. And there we have it, another tasty, easy peasy breakfast that you can take with you on the road. Now obviously this is great cooked on gas in the camper van, but I'll let you into a little secret. It's even better cooked over the embers of a fire. Just make sure you've got a nice cast iron frying pan, skillet or griddle like this. And actually I'll leave a link in the description box below if you want to go and check out one similar to this. So that's it for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe and ring that little bell if you want to stay up to date with the latest camper van recipes that I put out. And have a brilliant week, and I'll catch up with you next Wednesday. All the best.